What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good day. I'm particularly excited because I can't say the word particularly. English is just the language I speak, and yet I still struggle with it. But we got a new Acqua di Gio. It's Acqua di Gio Eau de Parfum Intense. Like I said, if you know me, I am a big Acqua di Gio fan. The original is one of my favorite fragrances of all time, and I just feel like they haven't made an Acqua di Gio flanker that is bad. Let's see if they can still keep this winning streak, though. Now we have it out of the box. Let's spray it on the sword and see what it's hitting on. So in the air, I'm already getting reminded of a discontinued Acqua di Gio. As a matter of fact, I have it right next to me. Immediately. It sort of reminds me of Acqua di Gio Absolu. They discontinued this, and my heart's been broken ever since. Now, those of you who are an Acqua di Gio Absolu fanboy like me, I say fanboy, I'm a fan of the whole line, you know? Those who were a fan of Acqua di Gio Absolu are going to be very excited about this one because they smell pretty similar. For comparison's sake, actually. Acqua di Gio Eau de Parfum Intense on the right side, and Acqua di Gio Absolu on the left side. Now, I must say, this is not a one-to-one with the Absolu flanker. So if you wanted something that's just like it, sorry, but nothing's going to do it like the Absolu version. It is still for sale, but it is expensive. And honestly, even though I'm saying that, I'm probably still going to get a bottle of it soon at some point, a backup bottle, because I love this stuff and I want to have it for as long as I can. Yeah, this one for sure goes in more of the freshness in the marine direction. It still has the fruity feel, sort of, that Acqua di Gio Absolu has, but Acqua di Gio Absolu is much sweeter to my nose. More of the fruit, oceanic notes are coming to play in that. Yeah. That being said, if you don't want to pay the jacked up price of Acqua di Gio Absolu, you are going to be happy with this one. And if you're a fan of the Acqua di Gio line, you're also going to like this one. It's not a bad fragrance at all. I know some people might think it's a lazy release or a weird release. I kind of second that, more so that it's a weird release. I wouldn't call it lazy, but because maybe it doesn't have any innovative notes in it or anything like that, but this is Acqua di Gio. They're not trying to throw a curveball in there. They're trying to make a mass appealing scent, one that it's going to get the job done. It's going to get you compliments. It's going to be wearable all the time, and they did that here. I believe the notes are bergamot, Calabrian bergamot actually, and apple, and then they have marine notes and lavender, and then I want to say there's amber and some other note at the base. I can't think of some woody note I want to say. See how close I was over there for a few seconds. I don't know if I memorized that right. You know, it's about 6 notes. I know that. Now, for a lot of people, it's going to be divisive because there's some people that might prefer this one to the Absolu. They do smell similar. But some people might have been turned off by the sweetness that the Absolu has. This one still smells like Acqua di Gio Absolu, but like I said, the marine freshness is more of a key component here than it was in that one. So it'll kind of be like a Parfum and Acqua di Gio Profumo thing. A lot of people think that Acqua di Gio Profumo was their best creation and then they axed it, but then Acqua di Gio Parfum came along and people are like, I don't know. For me, personally, I loved Profumo, but I actually liked the Parfum version. They took that dirty feeling that Profumo can have sometimes. I guess it depends on the temperature outside. For some reason, it can have a, not necessarily like a dirty smell, but there's like some sort of earthiness to it that kind of throws it off for me. It's not really what I look for in an Acqua di Gio fragrance, but the Parfum freshened up and it's the better fragrance to me. I have a backup bottle of it, actually. Back on track, though. Acqua di Gio Eau de Parfum Intense. It's going to be a divisive one. There's people that are really going to love it. And then there's people who are really going to hate it. And then there's someone like me in the middle who is going to buy an Acqua di Gio fragrance no matter what. I love Acqua di Gio. The only two that I do not, unfortunately, have is the Absolu Instinct and Profundo Lights. And I've heard so many great things about them. It makes me sad. Like, I really want those two. I had Profumo, actually, but I let my dad have it now. So, and it's like halfway gone. He's been using it a lot, and I like that. But after I got the Parfum, I was like, I don't want Profumo anymore. Parfum's a better one. Point is, like, people were divided over Profumo and Parfum. You're more than likely going to feel that way about this one. You're either going to stick to the Absolu for as long as you can, or this might be the one to replace it for you. I will say, at the moment, I am undecided. Or decided, rather, I guess. Depends on how you look at it. I'm going to have all the Acqua di Gios that I can have anyways, because I like every single one of them. I do not think that Armani has made a bad Acqua di Gio fragrance yet. They may have made some stronger with you fragrances that people might have not cared for or thought were the best, but every single Acqua di Gio fragrance that they have ever made has been a good release in terms of mass appeal and quality. Armani is one of my favorite brands. Actually, it is my favorite designer brand. Number one for me in the designer realm, with YSL and it's going to be a hard one here. YSL and I'd say Prada. YSL and Prada probably fighting for number two, but yeah, this is a tough one for me. I cannot decide between which one I would like more, but we're going to stop getting off. This one, Acqua di Gio Eau de Parfum Intense. I don't suspect longevity to be an issue. Future Isaiah will know for sure. But if I'm guessing in this moment, it's probably going to be at least 10 hours, depending on how you spray. I'm speaking from a normal spray routine here, probably about 9.5 or 10 hours. I spray like crazy, so I'm getting 12 hours out of any fragrance no matter what, except for your Lanui de L'Homme or something like that. I have to give it a 9 out of 10 though, guys. It's a good fragrance. I'm sorry. Acqua di Gio Eau de Parfum Intense is a good release, like every other Acqua di Gio fragrance that's been made. Do I prefer it over the Absolu? Don't know yet. I'm going to wear it tomorrow most likely and see how I feel about it. But I can't call it a bad fragrance. The projection is crazy. It was hitting me in the nose the whole time from those 4 sprays and been hitting me in the nose from my arm. Sorry guys, I can't call it bad. I think it's a good release you got to get your nose on at least. But anyway, thank you for sticking around while I yap about how much I love Armani and Acqua di Gio and whether I like this fragrance or not. Stay tuned for the next review. I'm out, y'all. Peace.